Hey. Hi guys, welcome back. All right, so this is going to be a today's topic video. It is going to be for October the 2nd. This is pre-recorded because I'm out of town by the time you're watching this. I'll be back on Sunday though, so we'll be back to normal after that. But thank you guys for hanging out with me. And if you want to enter to win a free read, this is the series to do that in. You just go ahead and be subscribed, give this video a thumbs up, and write the word empowered in the comment section. Those three things get you entered to win, and I do choose one subscriber each week to get a free read with me, and I always do it publicly so everybody knows who that winner is. So we begin with the Chariot, Cancerian energy. That is, someone's been making some smooth moves. They have been carefully choosing which direction to move, and they navigated it really well. They have moved forward. We got a 5 of Wands, and we have a 10 of Wands. This is somebody who they're moving on from conflict. They're moving into a time where they're not guilting themselves or feeling bad about something. They're just doing what they need to. And I feel like this character is so, there's so much relief here that they're doing what they have to, what they need to. They're not held back. They're not struggling. They're not stressed out. We have a Page of Wands and we have a 5 of Cups in the reverse. Somebody's let something go. I mean, they've packed up their little red suitcase. They're ready. They're ready for a new adventure. They're not filled with sorrow about things that have already ended. They're not in a state of crying and anxious. They know that it's time to go. It's time to let something go, which is really wonderful to see the change here. With the 7 of Cups in the upright, where they go next, they don't really have mapped out. This character is unclear what happens next. They only know that next is important. You know, looking forward to the next thing, that's what they must do. I don't think that they have any choice about this. We've got a 6 of Wands in the reverse. Yeah, I have to say this character is not expecting this isn't the way they wanted it to go. They're not expecting everything to work out so great, but they are aware that it's time to lay down burdens. It's time to move on. The only thing I don't love about this is that we have that bit of melancholy. Like they're kind of, they're not defeated, but they're also not happy. We have a 6 of Swords and we have a Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so it is because they have to move on from someone, maybe somebody that they really loved and maybe who even loved them, but they said, but it doesn't work. Sometimes there's not going to be a way for us to patch this back up. There's not going to be a way to fix this. It is what it is. And accepting that and letting something be what it is really important. 5 of Swords in the reverse, Temperance and King of Wands. It's almost like this is a character saying, Swan's mate for life, but unfortunately, this is like, I have to move on. And again, we see the chessboard. We've seen the chessboard at the very beginning and then again here. It's like the wrong steps were made and two people can't go backwards in time. I don't know if there was a game that was played and unfortunately it demolished a connection. The Queen says the only thing left to do is to move on. No, it's not the way I wanted it. But me clinging to it, demanding it has to be some other way, that won't work either. I have to make peace with the fact that in this lifetime, it's just not us. You know, too much was done, too many mistakes made. There isn't a way to undo. And that's a melancholy, but also a mature, accepting way. Because it's like sometimes, as much as we can still love someone, if we know that we wouldn't be able to forgive and forget the past, then that's because the past can't come with us into the future. But does it mean that we don't have an amazing future up ahead? No, of course not. And this is a logical, stable, minded Queen of Pentacles that's able to admit that and say, that's right, I move on. King of Wands in the upright. This is all about, yeah, this will work. I can move forward. The King of Wands is here. There's a wonderful sense of growth. There's a wonderful sense of warmth. Ace of Cups. There's somebody else up ahead, someone else that I'll fall madly in love with. And I'm aware of that. There's not just one right person. And if things get damaged and we can't find our way back to each other, then that's it. I can never love again. I like the fact that this Queen is not, they're not some you know, romantic, that can't understand that we can love more than one person in a lifetime. And sometimes even the person that we love a ton, it can't work out with. And that doesn't mean that we're doomed to never have genuine love. We'll love another person in maybe a different way, maybe a deeper way. That's just it. Like maybe whatever happened, and let's briefly ask what did happen in this situation, right? Because obviously, something that pushed a very stable queen away and made them say the most painful thing, which is, I can't give to this person. Look at this. What happened is she still loved this person with all her heart, but she realized it was time to give to herself. Himself, herself, doesn't matter. I don't read for genders, but this is a situation where I have to pour my love back into me. Nine of Cups. I don't know if they were dealing with a fantasist or somebody who was always going to be overly indulgent, always go after whatever they wanted to, never really, I feel like somebody loved a person that was too much of a dreamer, wasn't really rooted in reality. And it just seems like one of those things where it's like, this really sucks. This is a person that, again, with the Queen of Pentacles, I have to ask myself the reality, which is, a person whose head in the clouds, will they ever be able to put their feet on the ground and stand beside me? And it kind of looks like this queen had to make a decision about the person that they loved and said, I can't ask them to be anything other than who and what they are. And if it doesn't work for me, then I'm going to have to go ahead and make a judgment call. That judgment card. And we got the Knight of Cups. We got the Seven of Swords. We got the Temperance. And we got the Nine of Swords. You know, it really looks like, I wonder if in the past our queen tried to give this person another chance, but they just didn't trust him. It looks like they just didn't trust this person, that this person was either able to put all of their focus in just one avenue. It's like this person was secretive somehow. And it just looks like the queen said, I don't want to live a life with somebody who's secretive. The truth of it is I want balance, and they're not giving me balance. They're giving me sleepless nights, and it's bringing out the worst in me. Their love, or their kind of love with all these secrets. I don't know why this person was secretive, but it's like she came to the conclusion that there's always going to be secrets here. There's always going to be something that they're not on the up and up about. Got the Death card, and we got the King of Pentacles. I think she just simply said, I can't. I just can't. I need someone who is going to really be my match. And I can't have someone who's really my match unless I can end things with them. The secrets, the changeable behavior, the all of this. Either this person was always secretly afraid that this is what she'd do, but then they were secretive in turn. And it led to all kinds of, like I say, we saw at the beginning the chess player, and then we saw it again here when we saw that she has to move on. I'm almost wondering if this thing got demolished over nothing more than fears, like neither person trusting each other. That's unfortunate if that's what it was. But the bottom line is, she said, I need somebody that I can be in harmony with, not somebody where there's always stress. What's the universe's perspective on this? Let's go over here. What's the universe got to say about that? Four of Sacred Circles. That's an awful lot of holding back, and it's an awful lot of ghosts. A lot of ghosts clinging to all of this. King of Swords. If this person persistently held back, instead of spoke about what, like communicated what needed to be communicated. Four of Wands, Queen of Cups. Look, they could have both made mistakes in this, okay? They both really wanted this, but they both held back. This is very sad if that's the case, if they both really wanted each other, but their fears made them both hold back. I'm inclined to say that I don't think that was the case, because this is somebody that opens up and says what they want. The King of Swords tends to have a rap for not saying what they want. So if the King of Swords held back, maybe because of ghosts in their own past, and they just didn't know what to do, didn't know how to communicate, or they wanted to be in something, but they had too many fears that made them hold back. And then she wanted to give love, but then said that I want this, but they still held back from committing. Then I think it makes sense why this didn't work. I mean, at least from the universe's perspective, holding back truth about something like this, instead of just giving to somebody that loves you, it's going to make them eventually pull their cup away. That's the simplest way to say it. Fear and holding back will not win any relationship. You know, it's going to demolish a relationship. So at this point, she's moving on and she's ready to love someone new. Um, Really moving on. We've got Chariot, but we saw the Empress in the reverse. This left her a little tarnished, but she is genuinely moving forward. And what happens for them on their side? You know, because she's moving on from them. She's letting them go. What happens to this maybe King of Swords who held back so much? We've got a King of Wands in the reverse, a Six of Pentacles in the reverse, Queen of Cups upright, and the Sun upright. I gotta say, they keep feeling really good that she loved them so much, but it looks like they're in a very selfish energy of still not giving. They just like knowing that she really loved them. That makes them feel excellent. But that's all they wanted, was for somebody to love them. That was enough for them. Is that the way to interpret that? It seems like they walk around strutting, feeling like, oh man, she loved me so much. I feel so valuable. But they lost her. I'm not sure that makes sense. Oh, the Devil, the Judgment, the Strength card, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Chariot. This person, they really think, at this point in this story anyway, they really think that they can have her back at any moment. They are so full of ego. Oh, this person's God, they're so full of themselves. They don't realize she really meant it. She walked away feeling so sad about this. Like, I can't believe that this is how this ends. But I have to walk away and I have to have the strength to do it. She really has the strength to do it. I don't think they understand that. They still believe in that egotistical way that she loves me so much, I can always have this one back. No, they'll never win her back. She's gone and she's going into the arms of somebody else. What happened with them certainly hurt, but not for one moment will she turn back around. She's very strong and very resolute that she's leaving them behind. We see her meeting somebody else. I do want to know one thing about it with that, what we see there with the Empress in the reverse. She's moving on, but she's still feeling a little low about her own self. Yeah, see, there's this stuck energy that she still carries. She's ready to give her heart to somebody new. We saw a King of Wands on the horizon for her. We also saw a King of Pentacles on the horizon for her. Star in the reverse. She really doesn't feel very good about herself. I hope that she'll be able to get beyond that and not sabotage a connection. She won't sabotage it. There's a King of Wands. It's so warm and so loving on the horizon for her. Somebody that I think is really going to like reassure her that just because somebody else, it's so ironic because the person that didn't work on things with her felt so good that she loved them, but they felt so sure that they could have it at any moment in time because they were so toxic. Yet that toxicity mentally made her feel less than. But she's on the cusp of not only meeting and giving to a King of Wands, but this is going to be very soothing, very healing for her. It's been a long time coming. She's going to love this person wholly and fully, and that's going to be how justice is restored. She doesn't give that person from her past a second chance. That person has no place in her future. Only this new person does. And this new person is, I think that the kindness and the love that they show to her is extremely soothing, extremely healing. So we're going to leave that one there. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. If you do enjoy the channel, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I will see you guys again as normal on Sunday. Thank you. Bye.